Welcome as well. This is the big one. The Mighty Reds, Liverpool, taking on the Magpies, Newcastle. Like I said, we have a special lineup for you today. Of course, the regular in the house, Silicon sportsman Gideon Keshi is with us, as well as a legend of the game. He is an ex-Chelsea player. His name is John Mikel Obi, who is one of Nigeria's greatest football players. Mikel, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you here on Sports Live. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. And you?
Hey, man, I am all smiles. I am all smiles. How are you feeling? It's the final. I mean, this is a competition you've won twice. You've played in as well. You've played in the final. Your thoughts on this? Are you excited for this one? Are you hoping for a bit of revenge on Liverpool?
Very,
what happened last season?
You tried to rub it in, don't you?
Hey.
No, it's exciting. Obviously, once, it's a final. Final, you always get excited. Being a player, now I'm a fan, of watching the game and being part of the game. So for me, I always get excited when it's a final. So let's hope for a great game today. And like you said, of course, Chelsea, we lost against Liverpool at the last year's final. But hopefully today Newcastle will give us that revenge.
I don't know. Because I know you're a Man U fan. You don't want Liverpool to extend their trophy cabinet now.
I don't think any of us would want to see that happen. Just throwing that out there. But we're not hating today. But the excitement is palpable. You can feel it in the air. And truly, it's an honor to be here today, to just witness two different teams, with contrasting fortunes. On one hand, you have the reigning champions, the most successful team in this competition, trying to, probably extend their illustrious trophy cabinet against the team that haven't won a major trophy in about 70 years. Come on. So I think the excitement is just through the roof, and I'm excited to be here.
Well, I think given the fact that because, Mikel Obi is a former Chelsea player, maybe next time his part of the cow should be blue instead of red. Because they're sitting on
the divide.
There you go. Okay, now let's take a look now at the road to the final. For both teams, it has been an exciting run to the final of the Carabao Cup. You can clearly see for Liverpool, they beat Southampton, Tottenham in the semi-finals to get to the final. As for Newcastle, they beat Brentford. They beat Arsenal in the semi-finals to be here. Let me get your thoughts on this, Mikel. It is Liverpool's point of view. They have shown that they are one of the best teams in England, hands down. But how would you rate their run so far in the Cup this season?
Listen, but I think he's just come in and just settled the whole place down and just tweak a little bit of thing. He didn't need to make too many changes from what Klopp has built there. So, and I think that's what made them successful this season. And obviously, they've won the league. The league is done. And now, but maybe today, like I said, Newcastle will give Chelsea a revenge from last season.
Well, Gideon, while we are hoping for the revenge of Chelsea fans...
it's a secret.
It's a secret. Nobody should know about that.
At any given time in the game. But if you whoever controls the middle of the game, the midfield, will have about 85, 90% of winning this game. Obviously, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and at Liverpool you have Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. So I think that part of the game is going to be where we'll see whoever dominates that has a chance of winning.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Because I'm
favorite.
But let me ask you, Mikel, now, because I know you want revenge. Are you still sure you want to go for revenge based on what we've seen right now with the odds?
Listen, this is football. You can never tell.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Especially if it's a final. It's a one-off game, you can always... Anything can happen in the final. And I think it's going to be an absolutely great game today because, I can't wait. I love watching the likes of Salah express himself, the way he plays. He plays with so much confidence this season. And, Hannes Sloth has given him a little bit of that freedom where he doesn't need to defend that much. All he cares about is attacking. How can he create chances? How can he score goals? He's going to be a massive, massive threat today. And, of course, like we've just pointed, Newcastle, they're also going to miss Gordon because he's been absolutely fantastic in Newcastle this season. So I'd like to see how how Newcastle will try to tweak that without Gordon. It's going to be difficult, but I hope they can find a way of being that threat as well, creating chances, wanting to go forward, score goals. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game today.
Well, that's Mikel. On the other side of the coin is Isak.
Oh.
Here we go. Now, Isak...
The player I would like for us to have at Chelsea.
I know. Isak reminds me of a profile of maybe like an Anelka. Very, very silky, very pacey, wonderful, smooth touch. the battle will be between these two sides. Do you feel, these two players, sorry, do you feel that Isak will come good today, big occasion? I mean, you had a player, a teammate of yours that did it well, Drogba.
Yeah.
This is going to be an incredible final because we are counting down to kick off. It's interesting that Mikel mentioned that Isak is a player he wants at Chelsea when he has been doing agents. Mikel needs to become Osimhen. We are watching you, Mikel. All right, now, before we go on our very first break, let's just remind you that we have some exciting sporting action here for you. Welcome back to our live coverage of the Carabao Cup final between Liverpool and Newcastle live at Wembley Stadium. The name is Victor Godfrey in the company of the cynical sportsman Gideon Keshi and Nigerian football legend and ex-Chelsea player Mikel Obi. Now, we do have the confirmed news and lineups for both sides. Let's see what Arne Slot and Eddie Howe have in store for us for this final. It is going to be important to see how they will, line up. And it's a 4-3-3. Guys, it's Kelleher in goal ahead of Becker. You have Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Konate as well. Gravenberch, McAllister, Musala, Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, and Diego Jota. This is a strong Liverpool lineup. Before we get our reactions, let's take a look at the away side. Well, at least in this fixture, the away side. Eddie Howe, same formation as a 4-3-3. Nick Pope is back in goal ahead of the Rapka. And, of course, you have Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, and Obon, Livramento, Guimaraes, Tonali, Joelinton, Isak, Harvey Barnes, and Jacob Murphy. These are the kind of players you put out when you are looking to get your first trophy in 70 years. Before I get your reactions on the lineups, Mikel, when you get to this point, at the stadium and the manager has given the team lineups, how do you feel? Like, do you feel, even if you're on the bench, is it the same energy with the players that are about to take to the pitch, or how's that? Of
course, like? excitement. Even if you're in the bench.
Do you get nervous though?
Of course you do. You need that thing. You need that fire inside. If it doesn't burn, you're not going out to play. You're not going out to. You need that fire. It has to burn. And once you cross that line, that's where you start to settle in. The first 5-10 minutes takes you a bit of time to start settling. But you need that fire. You need that thing that will spur you on. And of course, excitement, nervousness. That's what spurs you on when you come to games like this, the finals. You need that. You need that to get you going. So, of course, we do get nervous, but you try to do your, pretty much rituals, whatever you, to make you feel calm. Some people trying to make jokes, like Diego Costa, he runs around, makes jokes, trying to punch people. But that's just the way he tries to make himself feel comfortable and get ready for the big occasion. So I'm sure these guys, they're excited. They're also nervous, but it's good. It's good for a massive, massive game like this.
Okay, let me get your thoughts on the lineups from both sides.
No, I was just looking at him reminiscing.
Reminiscing on what, Gideon?
No, him, not me. Come on. Don't rub it in.
If you play the final.
You're in the presence of greatness. I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, I wish I played football. My God.
Stadium, that's incredible.
Come on.
Yeah, it is.
It's the Holy Grail.
I love playing at Wembley. I think probably I played there so many times, probably a lot. And for Newcastle, they will want to break that jinx of not winning for over 70 years now.
70 years.
I think the last is in 1955 was the last.
55, yeah.
So
FA Cup.
that's incredible for a massive, massive club like this. They will want to get their hands on that trophy today.
All right. We do have the pre-game thoughts of both managers, Arne Slot for Liverpool and Eddie Howe for Newcastle. Welcome back to the studios. What a way to end the first half of the Cup final. Carabao Cup final as Liverpool are 1 goal behind to Newcastle. Victor Godfrey still very much in the company of Gideon Keshi and Mikel Obi. And boy, what a way to end the first half. I'm not going to tell anybody how we all reacted to that goal. We're all calling down the middle. We're professionals. It's neutral. Nobody celebrated.
That's not true. We were all jumping and screaming.
But I have to get your thoughts on it. What a way to end the first half. If you're Newcastle, you're thinking to yourself, we can do just 45 more minutes and we're champions for the first time in 70 years.
Yeah.
No, you go first.
You go first.
Look, but I think...
Well, because your thoughts on that first half.
Yeah, no, amazing game. I think both sides, of course, like you said, it took a bit of time before the game to get. I think we were all sitting there thinking, this game is crying out for a goal. It needs a goal to get it going.
Yeah.
And the excitement here when the goal went in.
I don't know, Mikel, I don't know what you're saying. I was excited. I don't know who was celebrating the
He
cheer.
was excited.
I don't know who was wearing Newcastle jersey.
Fantastic goal. And the Newcastle fans, they're in dreamland right now. You can see the fans there, so excited. They're screaming, they're shouting. We see a couple of pictures there, some kids, it's almost like they were going to cry.
Yeah.
But listen, the game is still there.
Yeah,
Another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's just calm it down a bit. But right now, I'm still celebrating.
And just to add to what
Should have known, okay, this is coming. Why don't we get somebody? Okay, keep Van Dijk and Konate there. Get Konsa to go and defend.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Get him to go and defend with Dan Van, because you can see McAllister is not dealing with it.
He's out of it.
Out of his depth.
Yeah, I mean, that's a massive mistake from Arne Slot. But I think I would be worried if you see that happen in the second half. I'd be worried. I think they're going to try to fix it.
You mean worried, or you'll be happy because, by association, you're a Newcastle fan. All right, now, as well.
Yeah, the aggressiveness there. We've seen some of those clips there. The way they've been so aggressive in terms of pressing the Liverpool players. They're not giving them any space, any time to settle on the ball. Joel Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, these guys. I've been so impressed with Joel Linton. He's had a fantastic 45 minutes. When he tackles, you can see him pumping up the fans. Because this is a final. This is where you have to bring out those energy, those emotions. This is where you need it. And to see that from Joel Linton, and that just breeds all around the team. When your teammate looks at you doing that, it's okay, I need to copy this. I need to wake up. And Newcastle, they're going about this the right way in terms of the physicality. They're showing that aggression, not letting this Liverpool side settle, play their normal way. And Mo Salah has been quiet.
Oh, he has.
He's been absolutely quiet. Yes. So they've done so well to keep him quiet and to keep this Liverpool side quiet. But I think, Liverpool, they're gonna come out as a different animal in the next, in the next 45 minutes.
Now, based on the eye test, it's obvious that, of course, Newcastle have had the better of the exchanges. However, we'll take a look now at the statistics. It always paints a clearer picture, the numbers, like they say. Now, but here's the thing. This is quite interesting, Mikel. Possession favors Liverpool. However, when it comes to goal attempts and shots on target, like Gideon alluded to, Liverpool have 0 shots on target and only 1 attempt, which was that wayward strike we saw towards the end of the first half from Jota. I mean, based on that, your thoughts on this, though?
Yeah, you can see that. Obviously, if the main man is quiet, then that just shows you there.
Yeah.
And Livramento has done so well to keep him quiet.
Surprisingly.
He's done absolutely fantastic. Because everyone is saying, oh, Mo Salah is going to absolutely destroy him. But he's done so well to keep Mo Salah so quiet. We haven't seen him. He hasn't done anything. Not a shot on target, not an assist, nothing. But that chance there, just before the halftime, I'm sure Newcastle will be so happy to go into the second half 1-0 up. Because if Jota, is it Jota? I think.
Yeah, it was Jota,
if that would have gone in with, the fans would have been disappointed. But now they go into the second half 1-0 up, coming out knowing that they're ahead in the game. So, but I expect to see Liverpool come out and play differently. They're not going to play as bad Liverpool. They're going to come out and try to push. And maybe the manager's going to make a couple of changes, but I expect to see Mo Salah, Diaz, and the rest of the guys push up a bit more and play a bit more aggressive as well.
Now, if you are a Newcastle fan, you'll be thinking to yourself, more of the same in the second half. But if you support the Reds in Liverpool, you'll be thinking to yourself, there's still room for improvements. Of course, you're looking forward to second half action in the Carabao Cup final between Liverpool and Newcastle. More still to come here on Sporty TV.